Hello, online crew. How is everybody today? I've got a question for you today. So, have you noticed that your engagement is down at the moment on social media? Like, have you been looking? Are you aware of that? Does it seem like you're getting less comments or less exposure or maybe less reach for those of you that are looking on business pages? Like, let me know if you've noticed, anything like that at the moment on social media, and I'll share with you some information around that. Maybe one of the reasons why engagement can be down a little bit at this time of year and sort of what to do about it. So, this is an important strategy. You want to listen to this live and take notice of what I'm saying, because this will help you still stay relevant in the news feed. Okay, so share with me if you are experiencing sort of any difference in engagement. Some of you may not notice, some of you may not even be looking, which is not a bad thing, because you just want to marry the process and divorce the result. Like, some of you get a bit obsessive when you look at your numbers or your views or reach or something, and it's like, stop obsessing about that. And yes, you need to have an idea of what's going on, but you just want to just keep doing the do. That's what's going to help you sort of get engagement. Okay, so let's have a discussion about that today. Before I get into that, I just want to thank those that were on our Clubhouse earlier. We had a really great discussion around sort of who you need to become, basically, to be successful in this industry, personal development, all the things. I shared a lot of my personal story that I don't normally share. So that's what I love about Clubhouse, is the raw kind of discussion that we have. There is a replay now available if you're not aware. So Clubhouse, if you're not aware of sort of what it is, you download a free app. Go and find me or any of our entrepreneur friends that are on there, and now they've got replays. So you just go to Clubhouse, free app, search for Helen Martin, click on my profile, and down the bottom of the screen is all the replays. So if you miss our live discussion, I would encourage you to go and get the replay, particularly of today. It's really thought-provoking for you in what you need to do to really be successful, okay? And those of you in my coaching community, our live Q&A Zoom calls are this week. So for those of you in US and Canada type time zones, it works well for you, and Australia, will be on live in 30 minutes. Just under. And those of you in the UK type time zones, Germany, whether that fits, will be tomorrow. Okay, so you can always check helenmartinonline.com/events for what's going on, what time, sort of where. So that's what else is coming up. And we've got the interview with Leslie Doughty, the winner of our recent video challenge, where I'm live with her tomorrow, but 2 hours earlier than now. Okay, so if you want to support Leslie, say congratulations to Leslie, hear what she has to say, join us tomorrow, but 2 hours earlier than we are right now. Okay, so coaching community members, I can't wait to chat with you shortly and tomorrow as well. Okay, so who's here to say hello? If you're here with me live, say hello. Let me know where you're coming in from. What part of the globes are we sort of representing today? Which country are you from? So mine is working. Good to know. Hello, Beth. How are you? Hello, Maria. Good to see you on. We've got Pam here today, which is awesome. We've got Natasha from Scotland. Great to see you on, Natasha. Hello, Melvet. Great to see you here. So keep the comments coming in. Let me know where you're tuning in from. So has anyone noticed that their engagement has down, or do you not look? Like, I'd love to know how in tune you are with your social media, or are you not on social media regularly enough to even know? Okay, share that with me in the comments. What I do want to let you know is what happens at this time of year. So for those of you that are in tune with this, with your reach and your engagement, don't stress out if things drop. Now, the reason for that is, have a think about what's going on social media at this time of year. Black Friday, massive. Cyber Monday, massive. All the Christmas specials, massive. Do you know how many people are competing for space on social media right now and the coming sort of weeks? And then we get through Christmas and there's New Year specials and like just after Christmas specials. There are a lot more people on social media now than normally. There's still only the same amount of space. So for those of you that are building organically, I've got some strategies for you. Those of you that are doing paid advertising, it's up to you, but some people do turn their ads off at this time of year if it's not related to like a Christmas special or, something like that. So just be aware, those of you that are doing paid advertising in some way, if your numbers bottom out, if things start getting really expensive, like leads and things like that, that's the reason for it. Okay, you are competing with a lot of people for the same amount of space. So your call, if you're somebody that does do paid advertising, some people pause their ads for a small period of time because of the competition and how expensive advertising gets. Those of you that are growing organically, what I would recommend to you regarding engagement and keeping front of mind for people at this time of year, because you want to in this industry, because people are relaxing, people are open to conversations, people are evaluating the year that was and the year that's coming. Like, it's a really good time to just start building more connections on social media and just starting conversations. Then you want to be more active yourself. So and I'll give you a strategy around that. Okay. Hello, Dolores. Lovely to see you on. Great to see your name pop up. Hello, Tiffany. Tiffany is from the US, West Virginia. Great to see you on. Hello from England, Amy. It's late for you. You're still up. And great to see you here, Dan. Those of you watching on Instagram, I'm getting a message that's saying poor connection, poor connection. So I'm not sure if I'm coming in and out. Just bear with that. The replay will be all good to go. Okay. So great to see you on. So just know it is a very busy time of year. It's very competitive. You might be upping your game. Have any of you are you posting more now than you normally do? Have any of you had like company specials, Black Friday things that you've put out? Are you putting more in stories? Like, have you increased your activity at all, but not got much response from it? Like, I'd just love to know what's going on for you. I'm going to share with you what generally happens. It doesn't mean it's going to happen for you. Some of you that have an awesome branding message, you have great content, you have an engaged audience, it may not affect you at all. Some people say, no, my engagement's really good at the moment and it's gone up. And if that's the case, good job, well done. It means that, you've got good content out there and you've got a pretty active audience. So amazing. Okay. For others of you, you might be fighting for that space that everybody else is in at the moment, and they're upping their game and they're putting more specials out, and you've got to fight against all those people paying for ads as well. So sometimes your reach and your engagement goes down at this time of year. Again, those of you that are doing paid advertising, you make a judgment depending on how expensive your ads are getting as to whether you might pause your ad for a period of time, depending on what your ad is about. Those of you that are growing organically, this is what I recommend you do. Okay. Every day, go to your stories and comment on people's stories. Just say something nice. Say something about the story. Ask a question. Keep the engagement going. Like, whatever you can do. Because when you go to people's stories and you respond, you go straight into their messenger. I did share an update with you a couple of weeks ago that said that Facebook particularly was testing not showing us who's looking at our stories, but I haven't found that yet. What about you guys? Have you found that you can't see who's looking at your stories? I can still see who's looking at my stories, so I still have that feature. Again, they said they were going to remove that so we can still comment, but it doesn't necessarily, you won't necessarily be able to see who it is. I can still see people at the moment if I go looking at that. But here's the strategy around this, and it blows me away every time it happens, and I don't know why it blows me away, because I know how this happens, how the algorithm works, okay? Every time I do this, this is generally what happens, not 100% of the time, is when I get more active in stories, and I comment in somebody's stories, and maybe I ask them a question and they comment back and we go back and forth a little bit. Then I go to my newsfeed. Guess whose content I see right up the top of my newsfeed? The people that I've just been liaising with in Messenger. Messenger is a massive driver for the algorithm, because Facebook particularly, and Instagram, they want you to have personal conversations. They want you to be social and actually connect as human beings. You know my motto, be a human before you be a marketer. So when you actually have private conversations in Messenger, that sends signals to the algorithm, and you are more likely to see content of the people that you are interacting with Messenger in your newsfeed, and vice versa. So if you want to be seen more at this time of year, when you're competing with a lot of people that are a lot more active on social media than they usually are, but we're all fighting for the same space, get really active in your stories. Okay. And then your content is more likely to be put at the top of the news feed to the people that you are interacting with in stories. Does that make sense? Okay. Just want to see what you guys are commenting on. We've got a couple of people watching from the Facebook group that I can't see. So if you appear like that, you know, you've said hello, hi, Helen, or hello from the USA, it means you're watching from my free group, and you just need to click the StreamYard link at the bottom of the description of the live, and then I can see who you are. Hey, Laurie. So Gloria, my reels on Instagram have tanked because I used a filter that had a brand name on it. They said if I didn't pay, said the company, I would lose engagement. Oh my gosh, I deleted it. Yet my views won't go back up. So it could be a timing thing, Gloria, of when you've done that and this time of year. So just persevere with it. My advice to you guys around things that have tanked, don't overthink it. Don't stop doing things. Is keep, be married to the process and divorce the result. Just, accept the fact that things may tank at this time of year and it'll bounce back up. Okay. So you're competing with a lot of people that are doing reels on Instagram and posts and in the news feed. Okay. Yes, I can still see who's looking at my stories. Yes, some I can't see from Natasha, especially on my polls. People have clicked it, but I can't see who. Okay, so Natasha, yours getting some of that where you're not seeing the information. So interesting. So I don't know whether it's a privacy thing that they're doing that, but I haven't really seen mine change yet. But obviously, some of you are. I would also get really clever about engagement posts, curiosity posts, and calls to action specifically. If you want to stand out from the crowd and try to bump your engagement because it may be bottoming out a little bit, it may have less traction than usual, just be a little bit smarter about what you're doing. If you post something, put a question at the bottom of it, have a call to action, ask people to comment, ask a question, do more engagement posts, just, the background color or something you've done in Canva, and ask an engagement question and drive for engagement to keep your algorithm at maximum sort of peak type thing. You know what I'm trying to say? You're driving for that engagement at a time where a lot of people are competing for engagement. So just think a little bit smarter about what you're putting out there. Lots of personal stuff. People love photos of you. You compare your content with, a text and a graphic you've done on Canva, so it's more professional looking, rather than just a photo of yourself, a selfie with some words at the top. I guarantee you'll get more engagement from personal content. People want to see people. People want to see you. They don't want to see all professional stuff. It's real raw and authentic when you can just take a picture of yourself, pop it up, smile, and have some words around it. Or maybe you're having, like myself, we went to the beach last night with some friends. We just had some drinks. The kids went in the water. We had some fun. I put a few photos up, on Facebook. People love seeing that kind of stuff at this time of year. So just be a little bit more mindful of what you're putting out there on social media, the social stuff. Share that with people. People love seeing what you're up to. They'll engage with that. There's always somebody looking. Remember that. Even if your engagement bottoms out a little bit, your reach on your business page bottoms out a little bit, just be very mindful that somebody's always watching. So don't stop posting. If anything, up your game in stories and connect with more people personally in stories. Say, that looks great. I'm not talking about business. I'm talking about connections and conversations. Be a human before you're a marketer. Don't pitch somebody with your business if they don't need what you have, or you've even asked whether they need what you have. Like basically be a human before you're a marketer. So don't get all caught up about, I'm not getting much traction at the moment, I'm not getting many views on my lives. There may be a reason for that, is that everybody's competing for the same space at the moment. But be a little bit more strategic. As I said, lots of stories, commenting on stories, and keep active in your newsfeed. So when you're active in your stories, the people that you're active with in stories are more likely to see your post from your newsfeed, because that's how the algorithm sort of works. So just up your game a little bit in your interaction and your engagement with other people, and you'll get that in return. If you're a stalker, you're a lurker, you're somebody that goes to social media and only looks and never engages, then when you do decide to put a post out, it may bottom out. So do you get the concept here? If you want to drive for more engagement, if things are down a little bit, you yourself have to be more engaging, outgoing, and stories is the perfect way to do that. Okay. Just checking if there's any other question here from Dan. Where is the best place to post, personal, business, or news feed page? So that depends what you've got going on, Dan. Very different for every individual person. Your whole social media presence stems from your personal profile. So you can't create a business page unless you've got a personal profile. When you're interacting with people, you're mainly doing it from your personal profile. If you're in groups interacting with people, there are lots of groups that don't allow pages to join. So your personal profile has to be awesome. Even if you're mainly driving a business page, don't be disillusioned that people don't go back and search out your personal profile. They want to know who you are as a person behind a business page. If you have, so I'm not sure what you mean by newsfeed page. So if you can just explain, Dan, what do you mean by newsfeed page? Stories is where the gold is, and your personal profile. Post on your news feed of your personal profile. But times have changed. You don't necessarily need to post on your personal profile news feed every day, but I would recommend that you're in your stories every day, interacting with people. Be careful of an inbred timeline though. If you are on social media to help build your business and build connections, you don't only want to comment on the people that are already in your business, because guess what the algorithm does? Well, this person likes this person, and this person's responded, and this person's responded again. And some people will put, a post out on social media and say to everybody in their team, I just put a post on social media. Can you go all and comment on it? So if somebody puts a post out and all your team comment on it, guess what happens to the algorithm? Your content only gets seen by the people that go back and forth. So you kind of need to go outside that and not interact with the stories of the people that are in your team. I know that's a weird concept for some of you because you want to support your friends. But if you are really, really active with the people in your team, you've just trained the algorithm to send your stuff to the people that are already in your business. You don't want to do that. Okay. But you put something on your personal profile feed, and if it does really well, let it run for 2 or 3 days before you put another post there. You don't have to post every day on your personal profile newsfeed. If you've got a business page, though, you've got to work hard to get that algorithm working for you. You've got to deserve people to like and follow you on that page and engage. So you've got to be really smart about your content on a business page and also a group. Okay, you've got to drive for engagement on a business page, but you probably do want to post every day on a business page and in a group to keep the engagement going. So it's kind of a different strategy where you are, but definitely personal profile. You should be in your stories multiple times a day. Okay. Give love to get love. Exactly, Susan. So Dan, I get a news feed that comes up and I have to click on my personal or business page to post on each one, or else I have to share to put things on different pages. You kind of lost me a little bit, Dan. I know you know what you're saying. I'm not quite getting what you're saying. If you have a business page, Facebook allows you to interact from one or the other. So you can interact as your business page, or you can interact from your personal profile. You kind of have to work out what's more beneficial to you. But at the end of the day, people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And so a lot of engagement, even on other people's business pages and in groups, is actually from your personal profile. But if you're trying to build up a business page, and depending what you're commenting or talking about, it's really the context of what you're commenting on as to which one you will choose to interact from. So I'm just going to read it again. I get a news feed that comes up, and I have to click on my personal or business page to post on each one. So you do have a personal profile news feed, and you do have a business page news feed. So your business page news feed will be more related to things you're interacting with your business page, people that are interacting with you. So yes, there are two different news feeds, but you're interacting from the relevant one on the relevant feed. Does that make? So if your question is, where should I post more? It's both. If you've got both, you need to be active on both, okay? To post on each, or else I have to share to put things on different, but that's the bit I don't quite understand. But essentially you do have two different news feeds. So when you go to your phone and or like your computer, and you'll either pick up your personal profile or your business page, and it'll bring up different content. So okay, one more comment here. The first thing that comes up is newsfeed page. I don't know what you mean by newsfeed page. If I want to post on other pages, I have to share or post on each. We might have to have a separate conversation, Dan, because I'm not quite following what you're trying to explain to me. Newsfeed page, you have a newsfeed on your personal profile and a business page. So there's two news feeds, okay, depending what profile you're on. If you want to post on other pages, do you mean other business pages? I have to share or post on each. Yeah. So I'm not quite following what you're asking, Dan. We might have to take that conversation offline, okay? So you can explain it to me a little bit more. So, but bottom line is, if you've got a page and a profile, you need to post on both. Just post at different times, because yes, if you post at exactly the same time on both, your own content, because it's coming from the same person, your own content is competing with each other, even if it's in different places. Space things out about an hour and a half from each other if you're posting on a business page or you're posting on a personal profile. Those of you that are going live, don't put a post up saying I'm going live in 15 minutes and then go live. You've just put two pieces of content in competition with each other in a matter of 15 minutes, and Facebook's going, or Instagram, because you can schedule lives now on Instagram as well, is like, oh, which one do I give reach to? What do I do? Lives will always get more organic reach than anything else. So those of you that are still avoiding live video, you might want to change your mind about live video. That will always give you the most organic reach. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it there. So just know overall that, yes, your engagement and your reach can be affected at this time of year because it's very busy. People are posting a lot more than they normally do, but get really active in your stories, Instagram and Facebook, and absolutely put content on your news feed, just relevant to where you're actually, posting, and the content and your branding and all those kind of things. But if you want more engagement and you want more reach, you need to give love to get more love. Don't be one of those people that sits, bats and absorbs everybody else's content on social media at this time of year. Up your game when you've got some downtime, but obviously have time with your family and friends around Christmas. Everybody should be doing that, but you may have a lot more social content to share at this time of year. So share it, share your face, share your smiles, share your journey, because that's what people really connect to human. That's why I always say, be a human before you're a marketer, because that's where human connection happens. When people feel connected to you as a human, that's when they might talk to you about your business. When they feel like they're being pitched to, marketed to, sold to, they're going to run 100 miles an hour. So, build the relationship and build the rapport, but don't, a caveat, don't get stuck in the friend zone. Okay. All right. Thank you, Laurie. I can help you, Dan. Maybe we can Zoom and share screen. That would be an awesome idea. Thank you, Laurie, for coming to Dan's rescue there. Stories has created massive engagement just from my comments. There you go. Okay, so don't forget tomorrow I'm live 2 hours earlier than I normally am because of my amazing interview with Leslie. I look forward to bringing her on screen with me and sharing her experience about winning the video challenge. And the day after, just remember, I only go live in my social media group, and I'm talking about some Facebook and some Instagram updates. So you want to be on that live. Not only tomorrow, but the next day as well, because I've got some great updates that you're going to want to know about. So make sure you're in my free group, Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners, so you don't miss that live, okay? And always remember, be a human before you're a marketer. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.